Welcome to Piano Today. This is Young Artist 4 and this is Lesson 12. We're going to start by turning in our books to page 30 and sing The Minstrel Boy. I'm going to play some bells. If you have some rhythm instruments that you would like to play along with it, please do so. And remember, we're going to sing some dynamics that we've added to it as well. The minstrel boy to the war has gone. In the ranks of death you'll find him. His father's sword he has girded on, and his wild harp slung behind him. Land of song, said the warrior bard, though all the world betrays thee. One sword at least thy right shall guard, one faithful harp shall praise thee. Let's go to our keyboards now and turn to page 36. This is the Ash Grove, which we're comping. We have lots of different chords on this one. We have our D major chord, our B minor, our E minor, our A or A7, A7, and then we'll go back and do those. And then remember, we have the section where we go A, E major, remember, that is warm-up number 2. If you want to just practice that, that is warm-up number 2. Now, I'm playing my left hand on lower notes, but you can also play that here. But you would have to really reach for that T, or you could also play the T here, but I find it easier to just play these lower on playing on a So, La, Ti, Do, Re, and then I use my thumb also on the Mi. So let's sing through it. And you can watch my chords and hand positions if you'd like to. Here's my intro. The ash grove, how graceful, how plainly 'tis speaking. The wind through it playing has language for me. The friends of my childhood again are before me. Each step wakes a memory as freely I roam. With soft whispers laden, its leaves rustle o'er me. The ash grove alone is my home. Now, a nice easy variation would be to go the left, right, and left, right, and left, right, and left, right. You can also do variation number 3 is left, right, right. So I'm breaking up my chords by playing the bottom note and then the top 2 notes together. You could also do 8th notes or change and do those a little bit faster. No matter what variation you do, you would probably need to change on that and do it a little bit faster. You can also do them as 16ths. And I'm just playing them up and down. So think of what variation you would like to do. You can write your own in the book at the bottom of page 37. And we will pass this off next week. Now remember, you need to have an intro. You can use your root chord, which is D, and then your 7 chord, which is your A7, like this. The ash grove, and then start in. You could also do the ending. D, G, D, A7, D. The ash grove, how graceful. So either one of those are the things that we have talked about. They also work for this song as well. Let's turn into our books down to page 32. This is burlesque, and we're going to look at the B section. Now remember, the B section starts right up here at the top of page 33 on the re, where we have it forte, and we sing re, do, ti, ti, so, la, la, fi, so, and then we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to do it piano, like an echo. Re, do, ti, ti, so, la, la, fi, so. Now what you might notice is ti, ti, so, la, la, fi, so is exactly the same thing that we play in the A section. Ti, ti, so, la, la, fi, so. And our fingering is going to be the same as we did it there as well. Let's play through just that right hand part. 5 starts on re. And these quarter notes are kind of long. Don't rush through them. 1, 2, ready, play. Re, do, ti, ti, so, la, la, fi, so. Now softly. Re, do, ti, ti, so, la, la, fi, so. And then here we are back to our A section. Our left hand is going to play ti, la, so, re, so. So that also is similar to what I've done in the A section. Let's play through that left hand. 1, 2, ready, play. Ti, ti, la, so. Jump to re, back to so. Now softly. Ti, la, so. Jump to re, back to so. So that is the same thing that we do in our A section. So that should seem fairly familiar. Let's look at our A section, and we're going to play the A section hands together. So let's start at the beginning and play to the B section here. 1, 2, ready, go. And 4, a softer. Now the second time we do it, we will just play it once, and we will have fermatas at the end. So let's start right here on the mezzo forte and play to the end. 1, 2, ready, play. And hold and lift. And remember, you can hold the fermata as long as you like. Page 34, Haunted House, is our pass-off song for this week. Be sure that you're using all your dynamics, all your staccatos, all your slurs, all your decrescendos and crescendos, and use all of those musical elements to make it sound very sneaky and spooky. I look forward to seeing your videos of that. We're going to do a quick ear training review. We've done this before. I've just listed an A, B, C, D. For A, I'm going to either play a 5th or a 4th, B, 2nd or 3rd. So just write your A, B, C, D, and then just write down the interval that I play for each one. Here is A. That was A. Here is B. That was B. Here is C. And here is D. So if you need to rewind and listen to those again, you can. I'm going to circle the answers. The first one was a fifth. The second one was a third, major third. And then C was our minor third. And D was a sixth. One other ear training activity that we're going to do is identifying chords and which chords are the same and which chords are different. Listen to this chord and this chord. Are they the same or are they different? They're different. Remember, my root chord is this one, and then my up chord sounds higher, right? Because we do go up on the top notes. So that's another way to identify them too. Let's listen to these two chords. Are these chords the same or are they different? Those are different, though they don't change a whole lot. Remember, this is my down chord and my kissy chord, and the only note that changes is the note that's in the middle. My outside notes stay the same. Now I'm going to play a chord, and it's a snowman chord. And then I'm going to play one note after the snowman chord, and I want you to tell me, is it the bottom note, the middle note, or the top note? So this is what it would sound like broken up. All together. And now I'm going to play one note. Which note did I play? Did I play the bottom note of the snowman, the middle note of the snowman, or the top note? I'll do it one more time. Here's my chord, and here's my note. If you answered bottom, that is correct. That is the lowest note of the chord. Let's try it again with another chord and another note. What note was that one? Could you tell that was the top note? The top note is usually the easiest to identify, right? We can hear it the best in the chord. Here's my chord and that top note. Let's try one more. Which note did I play? The bottom note, the middle note, or the top note? If you answered middle, that is correct. That is the middle note of the chord. So that's another thing that we need to be listening for when we hear our chords. Which note is which when you play it broken up? We have a new solo we're going to start working on today. It's on page 46, and it's called The Bear. The composer is Vladimir Rebikov, and you can tell by looking at the dates that he lived that he's a more modern composer than, say, Beethoven or Bach or Mozart that we have played in the past. And this song will sound a little more modern. So let's listen to it. Think about what is the style of the song, what is it trying to convey, and what is the form. It goes like this. So what did you think of the bear? What was my form? A something, right? So we start with A, and our A melody is ton, ton, ta ta ton, ta 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 ton, with one note. And so our A section goes to here, and then here where we're forte, we're playing two notes at a time, and this is different sounding than the first part before. So this is our B section. So we're going to start with an A section here. You could put your A here, or you could put your A here. And then right here, where we have two notes at a time, this is our B section. So put a big B right here, and you'll notice that that goes all the way to here, and then we go back to our A section right here at the forte. Excuse Excuse me. So ABA is our form. ABA is our form. Rebikov, you might be able to tell by the name Vladimir, that is a Russian name. He was a Russian composer. Like we said, did not live as long ago as, say, Mozart or Beethoven. He's more of a modern composer, lived until 1920, and he used lots of new techniques when he was writing his music. He was a pianist, and his mom was his first piano teacher, but he went on to study with Tchaikovsky, and you might remember Tchaikovsky was a very famous composer who wrote the Nutcracker Suite, which you have probably heard before. Our tempo marking is right here. It says andante, and you might want to write over here to the side. Andante means a walking speed. A walking speed. So it's not super fast, not super slow. It's just kind of in the middle. Ton, ton, tut, tut, ton, about that tempo. And we also have a new marking that is explained here. We have known staccato dots, right? So we play these short and separated. A line underneath it is called a tenuto, and it tells you that right here, a tenuto. It has two different meanings. It can mean to accent the notes, and it can also mean to play it with its full length. So it kind of means don't play it staccato. Hold, hold, short, short, hold, short, 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 hold. It's kind of telling us these notes are not supposed to be staccato. We want to hold them for the full length. On our left hand for the A section, you might think, oh my goodness, what is that ledger line note? Now we could stop and figure it out using our 2 ledger line do as a landmark to help us figure out what the note is. But a faster and easier way is to say, what is the interval between this note and this note? If you've studied your intervals, you would quickly know that this is an octave. So I don't have to figure out this note, I just have to know that it is an octave below fa, and then I know it is fa and fa. So when I see an octave, it's much faster than reading all those ledger line notes. Now you'll notice my left-hand part for the A section is very easy. It's all fa octaves, and for the whole song, for that matter, is fa octaves. Staccato and simile. We will keep playing them staccato all the way through the song. If you have your pencil or your highlighter, highlight the bass clef. Our left hand and right hand are going to be playing bass clef below middle C. My first little phrase, I'm going to start with my 3 on T. And I'll back this up so you can see the keyboard and see which T we're going to use. So this is my middle do, my bass clef do, and this is the T below bass clef do. So let's point and sing our notes. They are T, T, D, D, T, La, La, So, La, Ti, Ti, Ti. And then we'll do almost the same thing. Ti, Ti, D, Ti, Ti, La, La, So, La, Ti, and hold. Note the difference between measure 4, D, D, T, and D, T, T. This one is 2 Ds, then a T. This one is only 1 D, and then 2 Ts. Let's put our 3 on T. And let's play through the A section. 1, 2, play and say. T, T, D, D, T, La, La, So, La, Ti, 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 D, T, T, La, La, So, La, Ti. The A section at the beginning is all mezzo forte. Our left hand's going to get louder, and then we'll be mezzo forte all the way to here. Start out from the beginning playing these long and these short, and play it all the same dynamic level. Now when we play the second A section, we're going to be forte, and we're going to decrescendo, and then we're going to slow down and have piano at the end. So let's look at the second A section and let's play that with the dynamics. Same notes, but a little different in how we play it. 1, 2, be loud this time. Go. T, T, D, 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 la, la, so, la, T, 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 D, D, la, la, so, la, T, and we'll get softer there at the end. We're going to look at our ensemble now, the William Tell Overture on page 40, and we're going to learn Piano 3. Piano 3 is not difficult. You can tell we're going to play lots of do-sos in basically the same rhythm that the melody is. But right here we have an octave of so, and you'll notice that my rhythm is not ton, 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 or ta-ta-ta. The eighth notes, it's ton, ta-ta-ton, ta-ta. So we have 16th notes on the octave that we don't have in Piano 1 and Piano 2. Then we have the same thing here. We're going to play ton, ta-ta-ton, ton on so octaves after playing lots more do-sos. So that's all of page 1 is do-sos or so octaves. Second page, we're going to play lots of la octaves. La, 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 mi, la, 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 more la's. And then right here, you might want to circle this section because it's a little different. We go re, re, so, so, so. Back to our laws, another mi, more laws. And then here at the end, we have re, re, so, so, so again. So you might want to circle that one. It's like this one. And then we will go back, D, C, Alfine, and do the next page. So let's just play through it with the accompaniment. Here we go. And a 1 and a 2 and a 1 and 2 and a 1 and a 2 and a 1 and a 2 and a 1 and a 2 and a 1 and 2 and a 1 and a 2 and 1 and 2. Rest, la, rest, la, rest, la, rest, la, rest, la, rest, mi, rest, la, 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 rest, la. Rest, la, rest, la, rest, la, rest, la. 2 on re, re, so, so, so. Back to la, rest, la, rest, la, rest, la, rest, la, rest, mi, and la, 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 rest, la, rest, la, rest, la, rest, la, rest, la, and re, re, so, so, so. And a 1 and a 2 and a 1 and 2 and a 1 and a 2 and a 1 and a 2 and a 1 and a 2 and a 1 and 2 and a 1 and a 2 and 1 and 2. So not terribly difficult. Let's go ahead and review Piano 1 with the recording. Thumb on so. Three on do, so we can reach the mi. So, 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 do, re, mi, so, 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 do, mi, mi, re, ti, so, 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 do, re, mi, do, mi, so, fa, mi, re, do, mi, 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 la, mi, la, mi, la, more time with the piano 2. Do me's together. Piano 2 is very simple, except you do want to watch out for this little part right here and probably practice that a little bit extra. You could also play piano 1 and piano 3 together to make a solo. So that is a possibility if you'd like to do that as well. But do try to play along with the recording if you can, because that's what helps us be good musicians, is to be able to play along with another group of people playing. It's time to get our binders out on week 11 that we've been working on this past week. Our sight reading is a pass-off for this week, so I'd like to see video of you playing that. And remember to count carefully. Sometimes we work really hard on getting our notes correct, but then we're not quite so careful with our counting. So remember to play through it and chant your counting as well as playing through it and singing your notes. Ton, ta-ta, half note. Ta-ta-ta-ta, half note. Ton, 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 ton. Ta-ta-ta-ta, half note. And usually it's the half notes that we mess up. We don't quite hold them long enough. So be sure that you're playing that rhythm correctly. And also send me a picture of your theory assignment with all of these things filled in for that, and a picture of your homework page. Let's turn to week 12, and we're going to transpose our sight reading, and we're going to transpose to C major and D major. So let's see what it would look like if we did C major. We were in the key of G, and we started on So, or G. So when in the key of C major, we would also start on C. Remember, we have scale fingering, and we're going to read our intervals. We go Do, up, thumb under, up, down, down, hold up a fourth, down a fourth, up a fourth, down a fourth, up, down, cross over, up a fourth, down a fifth, up, down a third, up, down, up a fourth, down a fifth, up, down a fourth, up a fourth, down an octave or an eighth. So that's what it would look like in C, and then you can also figure out that in D, it would be mostly the same. We would have our F sharp and our C sharp. So starting here, for instance, I would be playing Re, up, down a fourth, up a fourth, down an octave. I would have F sharp and C sharp in my key of D. My chords in C, snowman, up chord, kissy. No black keys because it's C. In D major, I'd have F in the middle, F sharp, up chord, D, C sharp on my kissy chord. So review your chords before you transpose to both of those key signatures. My practice concept is pick one section of your music, try to play it 3 times in a row without any mistakes. Maybe the A section, or usually the B section needs a little extra practice. If you make a mistake before playing it 3 times, then you need to start over again. We're going to go to the board to do our circle of fifths assignment. We're going back to our circle of fifths. You remember it is a circle and it's just like a clock. We have 12 spots on it. So you could put in your 3 o'clock, your 6 o'clock, and your 9 o'clock, and then you put 2 in between each of those. And it has 12 spots on it. At the very top of our clock, remember, we have our key signature that has no sharps or flats. So this would be C. For the past few weeks, we were doing this clockwise and adding sharps. Today, we're going to go counterclockwise and we're going to add flats. Now, it's called the circle of fifths because we said as we go up a fifth, we would add a sharp. As we go counterclockwise, we're going to go down a fifth. So I'm going to put my keyboard right here at the top, and we're going to go down a fifth. So let's say we're starting on C, and we go down a fifth. What does that get us to? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That gets us to F. As we go counterclockwise to this side, we're going to add flats instead of sharps. You might remember that F has 1 flat, which is B flat. And I'm going to put it inside just because I think that makes it a little bit neater. F has 1 flat that is B flat. Now, as we go down from F, another fifth, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that gets us to B. But remember, it can't be B because we already have B flat in our key signature. So my next key signature is B flat. It has 2 flats. They are B flat and E flat. This one has 1 flat, B flat. This one has 2 flats, B flat and E flat. As I go down from B, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that gets me to E. But it can't be E because I already have an E flat in my key signature. So it is not E, but E flat. E flat has 3 flats, and they are, who remembers the order of flats? We did this several weeks ago on our theory. It is bead, gold, chain, freak, or fan. And all of those would have a flat after them. Right? B flat, E flat, A flat, D flat, G flat, C flat, and F flat is the order in which we add our flats. Now we're at E flat. Let's see what happens when we go down a fifth again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That gets me to A. Oh, I forgot to add. Our flat is A flat because that's our 3rd flat. And now A flat becomes my next key signature. What flat does it add? It adds the D flat. So it has 4 flats, B flat, E flat, A flat, and D flat. Let's go down a fifth from A, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that gets me to a D, but again, it has to be D flat because that is in my key signature now. So D flat has 5 flats. They are B flat, E flat, A flat, D flat, and G flat. So we're at D flat. We're going to go down a fifth again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Did you notice a pattern here? Every flat that I have becomes my next key signature. G flat is now my next key signature, and I'm going to add my next flat, which is C flat. And yes, C flat is a white key. Can you guess what our next key signature is going to be? Right, a fifth down from G gets us to C flat. And we're going to add F flat. And now we've run out of flats. So that is all of my flat key signatures. Let's review our sharp key signatures one more time. If you remember, we go to the last sharp and we go a half step above it. So I have two sharps here, F sharp and C sharp. What is a half step above C? This would be D, D major. Good. Oh my goodness, let's look at this one. Our last sharp is a B sharp. B sharp is actually a C, and a half step above C is C sharp. Everybody see how I got that one? B sharp is C. A half step above C is C sharp. So this is C sharp major. Okay, my last sharp, D. A half step above D sharp is E. This is E. E has 4 sharps. Oh, here's another kind of tricky one. My last sharp is E sharp. What note on the keyboard is E sharp? E sharp is actually an F. Half step above the F gets me to F sharp. This is the key signature of F sharp. 6 sharps. 3 sharps. F sharp, C sharp. G sharp, what's a half step above G sharp? A. Good, so this is A major. 5 sharps, F sharp, C sharp, G sharp, D sharp, and A sharp. What is A sharp? It's actually Te, equivalent of Te. So A sharp, a half step above that is B. B has 5 sharps. And this one has 1 sharp, a half step above the F sharp is G. And this one we should just probably have memorized because we've been playing in the key of G for 4 years now. So that's a good review on how to find your sharp key signatures when you're not looking at your circle of fifths. So that's it for class this week. Remember, we have 2 pass-offs. Our sight reading is a pass-off for this week, and also Haunted House. So I'm looking forward to seeing those videos. If you have any questions about the circle of fifths, just send me an email or a video on Marco Polo. However you want to ask me a question, email, text, Marco Polo, any of those will work. I'd be happy to explain it a little bit better if you didn't quite catch it off in the first video. And also, keep working on our Ash Grove comping will be our pass-off for the next week. So I'd love to see some of that. And if you have anything that you'd like to show me that you're working on, I'd be happy to see those videos. I enjoy seeing you in the videos because I miss not seeing you in class. Have a great week and keep playing.